Hello, everybody. Well, this is actually really, really crazy right now. I have all these lights blaring in my face, and I'm really sick, so it's going to be hard for me to talk. So, one of the things that I first wanted to talk about was when I entered a freshman a couple years ago in 2011, I was not the ideal student. My first year, I decided it's a good idea to take 6 classes entering, right? Obviously wasn't. I did not listen to my parents at all. I ended up withdrawing from 2 classes, and I had to basically take my remedial classes. I ended up in 090 math and in 099 English. Eventually, I ended up being a physics major, so it kind of worked out a little bit weird. So one of the things that I felt was, well, I gotta do something I gotta figure out what I wanna do. Entering my 3rd year, I decided to kind of pursue this physics degree, pursue this math. And eventually, I ended up at the spot I am today. But along the road, there was a lot of things that there were like roadblocks, I would say. There was a lot of times in my 3rd or 4th year where I decided, okay, I can kind of drop this and maybe go work for McDonald's, right? I still got some options. I know how to do math, I can count burgers, I'm fine. But one of the most important things I learned in the physics program was that, and I learned it a lot just in general for college, and this was that if you're trying to plan something, there's a high chance that it's not gonna go correctly. A lot of the times I would try to do something and it would end up completely wrong. So this kind of helped me retain this habit where, all right, so just be prepared at all times, prepare for the worst case possible scenario, because it's usually gonna happen. And the last thing I kind of learned was being from the school, and if you kind of look around, you're gonna notice that we're a very diverse school. If you look at other university brochures, you're gonna notice that they have people playing like in the quad with like frisbees, and all these guys like having a fun time reading books under trees and stuff like that. It always happens. It's always in the brochures. But one of the things I learned is actually an incredibly diverse school, and you have a lot of different ideas that you can interact with all these kinds of people. One thing I always kind of wanted to do when I was a child was I wanted to be a superhero, right? Most kids wanted to be a superhero, so most of the time people want to be like a dentist, a doctor, a lawyer, or anything like that that helps people. I wanted to be Spider-Man. Spider-Man was amazing. But I kind of learned at age 13, that I cannot be Spider-Man. It took me a while. So I decided I want to help the world in some way. So, I want to be a psychologist, maybe a lawyer, an engineer, an earth scientist. Eventually I settled on being a physicist. And I want to go into this so I can help the society. So I can't just help one person, but try to help the world by trying to innovate and design new technology that's efficient and reduces greenhouse gases. Hi, I saw someone waving over there. And lastly, I think that's the message I want to send to you all, is that yes, we had our degrees and we worked for it, but we also need to keep in mind that even though we're trying to benefit ourselves, over the past year, there's been a lot of unfortunate things that occur in the world, and we need to know how to use what we've learned to benefit the world. Because there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of injustice going on at this moment. And it's very important that all of us understand that, yes, we are graduating, and yes, we did help ourselves, but let's try to help the world also at the same time as well. But with that being said, I would like to take this opportunity to obviously thank my professors. I see Dr. V over there, and Paolo Ascioli, and Srinivas, and a whole bunch of others that have helped me. And most importantly, my family, they're over there, sitting on that row over there. One of the things I never told my parents, I told my family, I find it incredibly impressive that they were able to come to this country to raised both my brother and I, and we turned out pretty all right. I can't even imagine doing that myself. So I never told them that, but I can see them over there. With that being said, I'm not going to ramble on any longer, and I'll leave you with that note. Let's go out in the world, let's get our degrees, and let's try to change the world for the better. Thank you.